For the third time in 4 years, the volcano HIBO in the Philippines erupts, spreading destruction and killing hundreds. The death toll may reach 2,000. Belching clouds of acrid smoke and fiery lava, the mountain erupts as often as 6 times a day. 15 square miles on the island of Comigam have been utterly devastated. Notice the rivers of lava below. Trucks carry refugees to safety. There's long waiting for 22,000 persons are homeless. From the island's harbor, the disaster's victims, the old and the young, travel to the larger island of Mindanao in crowded boats. Makeshift hospitals are set up for those hurt in the catastrophe. Many are injured by smoke or by the searing lava. Here's a field of lava, molten stone, still smoking and smoldering days after it poured down the mountain. The lava goes everywhere, burning and destroying. Even a week after, it's wise to be cautious about touching it. The countryside is ravaged. Houses are wiped out like a blade of grass in a furnace. And above the wreckage, old HIBO goes right on smoking. Japan's National Police Reserve, a 75,000-man defense force, takes the field for its first maneuvers. They are skilled in camouflage, an art of war long practiced by the Japanese. The reserve, authorized by the Allied powers in Japan, is being trained by veteran Japanese Army and Navy officers, among them Inspector General Hayashi. The exercises are carried out in conditions as close to real warfare as possible. There are machine guns, mortars, and bazookas loaded with live ammunition for these maneuvers. Tanks and artillery may be added later. Though the force is a year old, this is its first test under fire. Next year, 150,000 men may be in the new army defending Japanese soil.
On Waikiki Beach, things are not always what they seem. This, we'd like you to believe, is a hat, a mahi-mahi fish hat made of orchids and plumeria. It's being worn, too, at the moment by Virginia. Designer Francis Thompson dreamed up 4 fantastic flower fedoras for this fetching foursome. Here's a cocktail hat of orchids with an orchid-trimmed veil, BJ modeling. And Laurie, look up, Laurie. Laurie wears a hat made entirely of gardenias. You might be able to spot carnations, hibiscus, and anthurium in these hats, if they'd hold still. It's BJ again with a headgear that's strictly for the birds. That's a live canary that goes with the hat. Birdseed is extra. Virginia, not to be outdone, sports a Hawaiian pheasant hat of orchid petals and chrysanthemums. Hats off to Honolulu, where a rose is a hat. By popular request, Australia's famous SEMI-SYMPHONY presents its second exclusive concert for Warner Pathe News with Maestro Tony Pomalaro conducting. Tony's 5, and that's the average age of the musicians. In a few moments, as the highlight of this Sydney presentation, Tony will introduce his 4-year-old brother Michael as a singing soloist. Shh. Listen.
Angeles, a tense crowd sees Bob Waterfield's educated toe start the Rams off with a field goal as they battle the Detroit Lions. It's one of the bitterest pro games of the year. A Van Brocklin pass sails to Horner, who breaks away into enemy territory to bring the ball within scoring range. Then Waterfield puts his toe to work, and it's a second Ram field goal. In the second half, as the Rams trail 9-10, former Army star Glenn Davis picks up a Waterfield pass and plunges goalward to set up the touchdown that makes it Rams 16, Lions 10. In the last quarter, Van Brocklin unlimbers his arm again and tosses a floater that sails to Tom Fears. Fears seems to have his gears mixed, but the play is good for 35 yards more into Lion land. Waterfield kicks again, and his 5 field goals break a 16-year record. As the seconds tick off, with the Lions trailing 19-22, Lane ankles around left end. For a minute, he's got the Rams helpless as lambs. But time's running out. Can the Lions make it? Coming up, a walk-up pass to Hart, and Lions upset Rams 24-22.